Why, hello there everybody, my name is FretX and welcome back to Kingdom Come Deliverance. We are moments away everybody from starting the invasion or the assault of Talmberg itself. At this point, our trebuchet is primed. We have been battering the walls of the enemy and their reinforcements have been slain. I think everything is in place that we can now rescue my father and Lady Stephanie from the clutches of whatever that guy's name was. The Hungarian noble, that's all we really know. Now, regardless, we've got to do some talking quickly to Divish to hand us some quests, because I think it might actually affect the game's story a little bit, but I'm not certain. But after that, though, all we have to do is talk to Sir Robard, and we can start the assault itself. Hello, Divish.
The Lord be praised. What brings you to me?
I have completed all your missions, sir.
I got hold of a Sawbones to take care of our wounded.
Sawbones?
Thank you. Most of them have already lost their homes. Their lives are all they have left.
Can you imagine your job title was Sawbone? What'd you do? I saw bones.
I've arranged for a priest to come. He promised to take care of the people around here.
Thank you, Henry. Lifting the spirit can help us all.
Excellent, thank you. So I don't know why I'm being paid for doing jobs in a military campaign, but so Divish is clearly very generous if that is actually the case. Regardless, I think the last of it is this one here.
We made it in the nick of time.
We failed. That serpent from Valdic gave us the slip. I should have known he'd have his fingers in it all. If only I could catch him.
Would you kill him?
Maybe. But before that, I'd throw him in the dungeon for a few years. See how much he enjoys it. Still, the best I'll be able to do is lodge a complaint against him when the king returns, and just thinking about it gets my gall. And my arm's killing me. Damn it!
This poor guy. He's referring to the guy that imprisoned him when he was younger. It was a big deal, so I think the guy pretty much hates him. Oh, what a good timing! What is it going to look like inside? Because they've been hitting the same spot for days now. It must be absolutely cursed. Regardless though, Sir Robard, is it time to war?
Since Sir Divish's colours still aren't flying over Talmberg, I suppose we'll be attacking.
Just so. That Ishtvan's a stubborn bastard.
All right, when do we start?
There's no reason to wait. Are you really ready? If you need to rest or anything, we can still wait. You
No.
won't have another chance until we've won the day. Or until your final rest.
I have eaten, I have slept, I am ready for this battle.
I'm ready.
Glad to hear it. We're going to attack on two fronts. The north gate and the west wall, which will scale with ladders. The attack will be split into different stages. Taking the outer walls, the inner bailey, and finally the core of the castle and the tower.
Okay, what can I do?
How are we going to attack the gate?
We'll try to do as much damage as we can with the trebuchet first. Keyser claims he can even hit it directly. Even if that's true, we'll have to charge through a downpour of enemy arrows all the way to the portcullis.
Portcullis?
The big ass gate, Henry.
Fortunately, it's wooden, so we'll be able to break it down. But dealing with the defense in the bailey won't be easy.
Why would we not like attacking the portcullis already with a trebuchet? I'm just going to put it out there.
And what's the plan for attacking the west wall?
First, we have to get men to the wall with ladders, which is no easy matter under fire, so we'll need as many men covering them as possible. As soon as the ladders are in place, our foot soldiers will run up and try to scale the wall. Once a few of them get to the battlements, we should quickly gain the upper hand.
How will we take the battlements?
Either by scaling the west wall, or our men at the gate will help. If they can break through, that is.
I want to go on the wall.
And the inner bailey?
That will be tough. Even if we get through the gate and into the outer bailey, we're still a long way from victory. The castle is designed so we'll be like hens in a coop to anyone with a bow on the inner battlements. We'll have to either fight our way through, or somehow get around them.
I feel like his plan's not finished yet. He's like, wait, what do we do? I'm like, okay.
What about the living quarters?
There, I'm worried most about the hostages. Once we're inside, Ishtvan will know defeat is inevitable, but we'll still have to fight for each and every room.
The castle itself's not actually that big when you get inside it, though. That's what I'm going to be curious about here.
I think I've heard everything I need to know.
Do you want to join the attack on the walls or on the gate? Remember, many of the Skalitz men will follow you. It could make a big difference.
Oh, we can actually
I'll help with
choose?
the attack on the walls.
Yes, Henry.
I'm proud of you, Henry. You've changed from an insolent pup into a tough, reliable fighter. And as God is my witness, we will kick those whore sons' arses.
A village lad and an old soldier? This man must be shaking in his boots.
If he's not shaking, then he doesn't know what he's got coming. Just one last thing, though. No matter how good the plan is, something always gets fucked up.
Not wrong.
Keep your eyes open and take advantage of every chance. Help your comrades and don't go rushing in where you're outnumbered. We have to take the castle gradually, one position after another.
I'll remember that.
Will he, though?
Good luck
Will
to you.
I remember that?
Good luck
Oh, I
to
can't
you,
wait. It's going to be
old
awesome.
soldier.
Good luck then.
Yeah, let's do it. The Bohemian team assembles once more. They're like, why are they just posing on the hill? It always, oh, I missed, but still, pretty good shot though. Was that on purpose? I think we've won already. So I imagine we're going to be we're being in trouble for a while, right? Because we're going to be going first on the walls. I like how I thought I could choose, but the game is like, no. You have to go on the walls, which is what I want to do anyway. Let's go, men! Bohemians assemble for the glory of our country and our lord! Wait, where are my men? Ah, whatever. We've only got other people's men here, it's fine. There's a lot of us, though. Oh, wait, have they got archers? Oh, they do, they do. Okay, let's be careful. I'll see if I can counter-snipe where they put ladders up. Wait, where do they go? They must be... Wait, I got a better idea. I will lead the charge, men, out my way. I actually can? I thought it was going to be animated. Okay, epic. So I'll go up the first, and we'll see if we can try and clear off the walls. Now, we've got to remember the plan, everybody. We have to try and take over all the battlements and go around the right-hand side here. Oh, no, no one's actually helping me at the moment. It's okay. I'll be fine. Why, hello there. I feel like we should be tactical until my reinforcements arrive. Don't mind me, friend. Let me just get some bows out. That's good enough for me. Let's do it. I've got to be careful. It's going to be a long battle, right? So we want to try and pace ourselves. There's going to be a load of them. Was that the guy that was behind me earlier? Okay, I think I know where all the enemies are at the moment. We've got to remember, this new sword is a slashing sword. It has, like, way more damage on slashes. Get them, men! It's very cluttered around here. Okay, turn around. I gotta be careful. I do not want to take damage if we can avoid it. Did he just knock away my sword with his hand for a second there? Oh, be careful, be careful! Very good. Is this bit already been cleared? Yeah, it is. Okay, so we're looking good on this side. The archer's been killed. Forward, men! So we got, what, 5 dudes? Is that it? It's all we need. Unless they get stuck on the staircase, so maybe not so much. We're working on it. Like so many at the same time. I'm loving the synergy we have, though. I'm knocking them back. My friends are doing combos afterwards. If I can get behind them. Perfect. Oh, he's got master strike. So, oh, now I'm being a 2v1 though. That's not perfect. Knock him back. Turn around. Enemy down. That was beautiful. I'm going to try and be a assister. We're going to help our friends at fighting someone else, and we're going to try and gnaw our own plight here to get more damage in. I'm being hit in the back, though. Okay, I've gone back to 1v1 by mistake. That was not the intention here. Excuse me, sir. I do not appreciate that. How did that miss me? I have no idea. Ooh. No one's dying, which is... Okay, good. Now it's starting to kill people here. Wombo combo, Henry. Kill them all. I think we lost some men as well, unfortunately, on this. Or are they still stuck on the staircase? That could also be the situation. Damn it, guys! Where's our men gone? I'm sorry, sir. There was 4 steps and they just couldn't handle it anymore. Is this another group of enemies? Ooh. Okay, these guys are pretty painful to fight against, but we got this, right? Their armor's getting worse. This guy has no armor at all. This guy's not even fighting. What is happening to my friend right now? He's just like... They killed him! I think we might be in trouble. It looks like my friends are being wiped out and there's not many of us left. Hit that guy! The guy looks like he's like 90 years old. What's he doing on the battlefield? If we try and hit this guy in the face... Oh, headcracker. He's dead. Follow me, men. We have to go around the battlements. Okay, as we're not in combat, can I... Oh, there's no potions. Okay, fair enough. So if we go round now, we can get down to the courtyard where the major of the battle is. Ah, good. Okay, healing potion. Anything else I can grab? Bowman's... Not really. Anything of use here. They're fighting in the courtyard still. Cap on! Ooh, I didn't see that guy there for a second. Oh, this is a giant... Look how many enemies there are here! I want to kill this guy. Whoa, be careful with that, sir. That thing's dangerous. I like how I'm killing him by accident. I'm not even aiming at him. His stamina's down. I can finish him off. Why is there a man on that roof over there? It looks like we're outnumbered right now, which is a bit scary, so we've got to be a bit careful now. Capon's just being chased around by this giant horde of enemies. Oh my god, there's so many of them! Where are my reinforcements? They should at least have 2 allies coming up here. Oh, we're in big trouble. Look at this! Oh no! That was a beautiful combo. Wait, what the hell? Oh, everyone's going over that way. Capon, hold them off, buddy. I'll save this guy. I don't think Capon can die, by the way. I think he's invincible. Or is he the Lubu of Bohemia, perhaps? Everyone bites the dust. Oh, his friend blocked the attack there. I'm trying to stab him in the eye. There you go. A lot of damage. We are wearing them down. That guy's got a proper warhammer. Ooh, let's be careful. This guy can hit us quite quickly. Can't see that guy. I think it's a 3v3 now. We're nearly there. I like how I'm still leveling up warfare, by the way, which is quite funny. Even after all this, there's still much to learn, apparently. Be careful. I kind of want to... I gotta say, I wish I had Capon's helmet. I think I saw one earlier in the game I could have nicked. It's an open helmet, so I can actually see what I'm doing, but it looks a lot more regal than the kettle helmet. Finish him. Reputation gained. I think we did it. Ah, so now they've gone into that tower, have they?
Sir, we should give the order.
Let's see if Istvan Toth can worm his way out of this one.
Don't tempt fate, Hanish.
God, how many people died down here?
It's over! You want us to come and get you?
Is he there still? Did he
I
escape?
wouldn't advise that.
Ah.
Your friend Divish wants to see his wife alive again.
And Sir Radzig? Are both hostages unharmed?
For now, Hanush, unless circumstances change.
Where's our hostage?
Well,
Bring him
I'm
out.
glad to hear it. My guest is
Yes.
also safe and sound, but he's also quite keen to go home. I imagine you feel the same way. It's been a long time since you warmed yourself at your own hearth.
I'm in no hurry. I've plenty of supplies here, grand view and excellent company. What more could I want?
Your freedom!
Freedom? Freedom to get an arrow in the back?
Sir, we're all noblemen here, all bound by honor. I give you my word as a knight and lord, and that of my companions. If you release Lady Stephanie and Sir Radzig, you may leave the castle with your men and go on your way unharmed.
And just how far will we get? What good will it do me if your men attack us in the woods instead of here?
If you give me your word of honor that you will leave and never return, I promise you safe passage to the boundary of this fiefdom. What happens after that is up to you and the will of God Almighty.
Very well then, but I want a small safeguard. I'll give you her ladyship, but Radzig comes with me. I'll release him in Skalitz.
Out of the question! Is our word not good enough for you?
Is mine not good enough for you? I swear I'll release him when I get to a safe distance.
I'll go with him, Hanush. Let the Lady Stephanie have her freedom now.
Father!
Don't worry, son. I trust Lord Toth's self-interest more than his word. He wouldn't be fool enough to harm me.
If you're certain, Radzig.
Prepare horses and supplies, and tell your men to pull back. We'll come down.
You heard him. Get to work. And any man who breaks this truce answers to me.
So, are you really going to let them go?
My word is my bond, Henry.
He's a cutthroat and a liar. Good men are dead because of him. What's to stop us from skewering him as soon as he sets foot outside?
Our honor.
If you let him go, he'll do the same again. Or worse.
God's justice will find him. And then he'll get a taste of my mace.
If we break our word of honor, we have none. And without honor, we are nothing. Never fear. Your father will be all right.
We'll hunt down those vermin yet.
I mean, once they leave the territory, you can chase them down, right? That's what I would do. But you had to end the siege, right? Because you had to get Lady Stephanie and Radzig out.
Bring the horses.
Capon's armor is cursed, by the way. He was getting beaten.
Here she is, as I promised. Not a hair on her head harmed.
Divish,
Stephanie.
forgive me, husband. I'm sorry
For what?
for letting them into the castle.
Come now, my dear. You're not to blame.
I didn't know who he was. He said he was your friend.
Never mind. Did he hurt you?
No.
We will
I
kill
hope
him.
your word can be trusted.
Certainly more than yours.
If everything goes as agreed, I'll set Radzig free in Skalitz. If anyone tries to follow us, I'll kill him.
We won't.
My apologies for keeping you from your father, but you'll see each other soon enough. Oh, I almost forgot. Your sword. I expect you'll want it back after all the trouble you went to. Actually, you know what? I think I'll keep it. As a memento.
This isn't over. I'll find you.
I look forward to it.
I will. Henry, we will kill this man. He has my father's sword, which my old
Quick!
father made.
To the battlements. We have to see which way they go.
Skalitz, my friend.
Oh, they really are heading for Skalitz. Mount up, Henry. You've heard what he'll do if we follow them. We're not going to follow them. We just have to collect your father. Or do you want him to walk back here when they release him?
That was awesome, by the way. I love that scene. I hope they, because of course this game was made by like an indie kind of team, but it was very successful. So I'm looking forward to seeing how it works in Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 with the big battles. It's going to be epic. Let's go, Capon. Yeah, so when I was on about helmets earlier, this is the type of helmet I want. The one he has, I think it fits really well with the rest of the armor. And it's actually open face as well. Okay. Oh. Sorry, I may have gone the wrong way for a second there. It's fine. Are we going to talk on the way, or are we just going to slowly trot towards the objective?
What should I say to him?
Hey, Dad.
Don't worry. It'll come to you. You'll see.
Well, I just hope he'll be there. Alive.
He did say he would release him, but does that mean he'd be released and killed? I don't know. I mean, I don't trust anybody personally. How do I have this stance in life? I work for a corporation.
What do you think? Will Toth keep his word?
He's a noble, right?
Yes. So am I.
So Radzig will be there.
That's kind of awkward because if I don't press shift, I go slower than Capon, and if I press shift, I'm faster.
Around, isn't it?
What do you mean?
How long have we known each other? A few weeks?
Something like that.
Yeah. Before that, I was chasing wenches around Rattay and you were digging turnings. And now look at us. A pair of veterans.
He's not wrong.
I was an apprentice blacksmith, not a turnip digger.
Same difference, you silly bugger.
That is crazy. This entire game has been a couple of weeks though, isn't it? I love it.
What will you do now?
Go back to chasing wenches.
Not long ago, I only made plans 3 days ahead at most. Maybe I really could do something for Rattay and its people. Something really big. Yeah. But there'll be plenty of time for that later.
Oh, I'm looking forward to it, my friend. I hope there will be something big in the future.
There's no sign of them. Move on.
Skalitz. Where it all began.
There!
Yeah, he's okay. Wait, is he okay? He's alive. We did it. Well, actually, we kind of did nothing. We kind of just stalemated.
Glad to
But
see Ishvan kept his word, sir.
Not half as glad as I am, Your Grace.
Well, we kept our word too. And now Toth has had his head start and he's fair game. Which way do they go?
To the north, but I would be careful, Sir Hans.
Fear not, Your Grace. I have twice as many men as he. Well, I won't keep you any longer. I'm sure the two of you have a lot to say to each other.
Henry.
Let's go!
Are you alright, Father?
I am. They treated me quite decently. Although they did steal my horse, so I'll have to go back on foot.
Nonsense. You can come with me.
It looks like it's all over.
Not by a long shot. It won't be over until we get this mess cleared up.
And catch that bastard. How could we let him go?
Would you rather we killed him? Even if it meant Lady Stephanie and I died too?
No, of course not. But what was to stop us from killing him after the exchange?
Honor, my friend.
Honor?
Honor?
If the word of honor of a nobleman could not be trusted, then he would never have agreed to the exchange.
And where's the honor in abandoning your son?
You know how it is. We were young. It happened. And I couldn't marry a commoner.
So who's my mum then? Was it the person that died?
And your father, Martin, came along and took care of both of you.
Well, he knew it.
What? That I was your father? Certainly. He was a great man. He took you as his own. And I always kept an eye on you. Of that you can be sure.
And that's why we lived outside the
I know
castle.
so little about his past.
He told you nothing? Oddly enough, even though you don't have his blood, you're very like him. When he was around your age, he became bored of his trade and set out to see the world. He lived through many adventures, even fought in a war.
In a war?
Yes, in Poland, I believe. And I don't think he cared much for it.
He was very good at fighting, though.
That's why he wanted me to stay at home.
He spent some time in Prague, then settled in Kuttenberg. But it seems he quarreled with someone there and finally ended up here. You know the rest.
I loved him, but even so, I somehow always had a feeling I didn't quite fit in.
It was in your blood, I suppose.
Blue blood, Henry.
I lost the one thing I had left from him. Your sword.
Ah. The sword.
Arcades could give it to us for our
It's not
birthday.
my sword. It's yours. For a moment there, it was so near, yet so far. Oh, well, it can't be helped.
It was almost within my grasp, but just then I had something else on my mind.
Well, I think we may yet have a chance to get it back. This business with Toth is not yet over, unfortunately.
That's a chance I'd welcome. Not just to get the sword, but that bastard Istvan too. And then I'll find that German whoreson who torched Skalitz, and I'll slay him with it. I'll never forget his face. Or his name. Marquardt von Aulitz.
Those are noble intentions, son. But don't forget there are other things in this world that are worth living for.
Like what?
Look around you. Blue skies overhead, green grass underfoot, beautiful girls. Good wine, a few good friends, and a fine steed under your backside. Those are things worth living for. Though I can't deny that swine who killed your mother must pay for what he did. But it's better not to dwell too much on that at the cost of those other things. On the subject of steeds, I think we'll have to ride like the Knights Templar.
How's that?
2 up. One day I'll tell you how they got their seal. You can take the front.
Oh,
It's like I
Father
always
Bond.
imagined it would be, teaching my boy to ride. Although it would be better if you were a little smaller. My word, it's all go today, isn't it? I wonder who this is.
Well, that's our guys, isn't it?
I think I know.
Oh.
It's Margrave Jobst.
The king's cousin? I wonder what he wants. I guess we'll find out soon enough.
We are here to attack you. Oh, no. We just survived the other one. Is that it? Is that the whole game? Oh my god, it was actually quicker than I thought it was going to be. I thought there was a little bit more in the story there, but I must be completely wrong. Wait, is there some like heavy metal outro song? Well, everybody, I think there's more you can do in the epilogue here, so we'll go through this stuff, and then I think we're going to have to do some DLC content, everybody. But only a little bit, okay? Because there's only a few days left at the end of the year here for me.
You're doing well, son.
Father.
Come now. You know whose side you.
That doesn't matter now.
It's still my father.
I miss you, Amar. I miss you very much.
You'll be fine. We're proud of you.
For what? I let you down. I lost the sword. I let that bastard get away.
Don't be so hard on yourself. There was nothing you could have done to save us. And someone has to live and carry the torch. As for the sword, it's just a thing.
want me fighting.
Now look at me. Standing up to evil isn't the same as sowing its seeds. You did what was right. I have to leave you now.
Oh, please.
You know I can't stay.
Will I ever see you again?
God knows. Make her proud.
Don't go.
The beautiful scene. Though I don't know why there's broken text lines in the back.
Don't go. No.
What on earth were you dreaming about? I couldn't wake you, and it's well past dawn. Sir Radzig wants you at the upper castle. The lords are in council with Jobst.
Right. I'll go straight away. What is it?
It's just... I don't know how to address you anymore.
Henry.
All of a sudden you're Sir Radzig's son, hobnobbing with lords and ladies. And here's me, as common as muck.
Oh, give over, you idiot. Do I look like a lord to you?
Not really. You're as much a lord as I am a nun. And I've never looked good in a habit.
Get out of here! Or I'll have you clapped in the stocks.
This is where the bailiff overhears and he gets clapped in the stocks. What is up with this weird text line at the bottom of the screen, by the way? It's completely incorrect for the entire situation. It was nearly a perfect outro here, but it's like, no, we got all this stuff going on. What the hell? Was that the Lord of Capon? It's like a ghost or something. I don't know what's happening there. So it looks like there's a few more story events until the game is actually over and done with. Can I go somewhere? Epilogue. In the castle? Ah, good. So what... I think it's actually the... Wait, let me process my emotions. That was an epic ending to the game. And it really was, from day one, designed to be a sequel game, wasn't it? Because like, there was no doubt that the story is not finished. And it will continue in like a month's time. I'm so excited. I cannot wait. But it looks like we can still do the side quests of the game. So that is actually okay. We're totally good to go there. Now let's go and talk to our...
Right there. Show me what you have on you. Get going.
Huh?
What? Orders of his lordship.
What? Is this a... What is happening?
I'm here on important business, and you're going to hold me up with some bloody inspection.
Well, if that's the way it is, go ahead then.
Was I being arrested for being in the Lord's chamber despite being the son of the Lord? Is that what was happening there? What a fitting situation at the end of the game. What I was going to say is I thought that was a really cool way to end up the game. And of course, it's not finished yet. There's still some more snippets. I will say, though, this is an indie game. I am looking forward to the new one. I'm looking forward to the new one dramatically. I just hope gameplay-wise, there's a little bit more polish. Because this is a massive game. Huge undertaking. But there was quite a few bugs. So I do hope that the new game is really good and just finished and polished when it comes to that kind of thing. Now, I did actually see they actually brought the game forward by an entire week, so that suggests that they're either insane or the game is in a pretty good condition. So my hope, everybody, is that it's going to be beautiful. A beautiful simulation of medieval life as a medieval lord, and I cannot wait for it. Anyway, to the castle.
Ah, Hal. Are you going to the meeting with Margrave Jobst as well?
I am.
Yes.
What about Istvan? I assume...
That we didn't catch him? No. Because if we had, you'd be the first one to know. Have no fear. We'll get him eventually.
I hope you're right. Anyway, let's go and see what Jobst wants from us.
My lords, Christ's blessings on you all.
And on you, Lord Capon.
And this is my son, Henry.
I didn't know you had a son, Sir Redzig.
It came as a bit of a surprise to young Henry, too.
This gentleman here is John II of Liechtenstein, a member of my council.
I'm honored, gentlemen.
Come join us. Margrave Jobst was just about to tell us the reason for his visit. Your Grace?
Taxes.
I'm sure we're all agreed, Your Graces, that all this unrest must come to an end. This kingdom needs a king.
Question is, which king?
My cousin, Wenceslas IV, who is being held in captivity.
I have to confess, my lord, that your answer surprises me a little. If I'm correctly informed, until recently you sided with your other cousin, Sigismund.
That I cannot deny.
That was last week.
I've always stated my position plainly. But times have changed.
How have they changed, Your Grace?
Sir, there is one thing on which we undoubtedly concur. That King Wenceslas, unfortunately, did not inherit his father's gift for governing. Sadly, his failures have cost Bohemia, the nobles, and our whole Luxembourg family a great deal of money and effort.
How did the king let it go so far, damn it?
It's in his temperament. He cares only for wine, women, and the hunt. A king, in fact, who never wanted to be king.
Then why didn't he just let his brother have the crown?
Young sir, the crown weighs heavy when there are duties to be performed, but to surrender it means giving up great privileges too.
But he did surrender power to his brother. When things started getting out of hand, Wenceslas appealed to Sigismund for help in restoring order.
What, you're saying Wenceslas invited him here?
This is starting to make my head spin.
Actually, it makes sense when you think about it. Sigismund wanted to re-establish the power of the whole House of Luxembourg. He thought if he helped Wenceslas win the imperial crown, in return his brother would help him become the king of the Romans, and leave the actual reign of Bohemia and the empire to him. Sigismund would govern, while Wenceslas could carry on doing what he was best at, enjoying the life of the imperial court.
Why wasn't Wenceslas crowned Holy Roman Emperor long ago? He was already elected king of the Romans. All he had to do was go and let the Pope put the damn imperial crown on his head.
Who knows? Maybe he'd prefer hunting and consorting with bathhouse wenches to spending time with the Pope.
Well, so would I must admit.
Sigismund's plan seemed sound enough, but it didn't quite work out, did it?
It worked for a while. He and his brother reached an agreement. Sigismund took over administration of the kingdom and began planning Wenceslas's journey to Rome for the imperial coronation. But then Wenceslas realized he would just be a puppet with a crown.
I must say, Margrave Jobst, Wenceslas and Prokop behave rather like naughty children in need of a good clout about the ears.
Sigismund would agree. He was already planning his rule of Bohemia, and all of a sudden, the rug was pulled from under him. I'd say he lost his patience and decided he'd drag Wenceslas to the coronation kicking and screaming if he had to. Just like a naughty child, as you say.
So he abducted him and your brother Prokop too, if I heard correctly.
Correct.
And you helped him do it, if I heard correctly.
Yes, your graces, it's true. I was there when Sigismund abducted Prokop. I thought everything could somehow be settled, that we could make my brother see sense. But Sigismund just wanted to put an end to the dispute once and for all, whatever the cost. There was nothing I could do to stop him. And that's one of the reasons why I'm here. The worst of it is that it was all for nothing. Instead of putting a stop to the revolt, it escalated it, and the result is this chaos we have today.
That's true enough, sir. But I must admit now, I'm not sure what your position is. The king is incompetent, but we must protect him?
Yeah, I'm a bit
the
confused as
simple
well.
truth, gentlemen, is that for all of Wenceslas's faults, we have no one else.
So we'll have to make do with his idleness.
People like him, though.
But what can we do now? Sigismund has the League of Lords behind him. Otto von Bergholf, Heinrich von Rosenberg.
The situation has gotten completely out of control. Now even the nobles of the League of Lords are realizing that Sigismund wasn't the right
He did try and kill everybody.
So now Bergholf is on your side. Are we to assemble an army together with him and face Sigismund on the field of battle?
We're not in Hungary now. Such affairs may be settled elegantly, without unnecessary hostilities or expenses. I have negotiated an alliance with the Hungarian bishops, the Polish, and of course the Czech nobility, against Sigismund. Every day he is losing the ground under his feet, and that's why I need your help too.
With our 20 men that are still alive.
What kind of help, though? Sigismund has a massive army, and Rosenberg, Berghof, and Prague are behind him. Do you have an army you could face him with?
But that's not what I mean at all.
Then tell us.
There's been a revolt against Sigismund in Hungary, partly due to my efforts. And now he'll have to choose whether he wants to gain the Bohemian crown, which is a very risky enterprise, or hold on to the Hungarian one. He can't have both. And there's a tough struggle awaiting him in Hungary. I'm not sure he'll win, and Rosenberg and Berghof know it too. They're not stupid. If the Bohemian nobility stands together, they will turn.
We are men of little consequence, Margrave. Radzig here lost everything because of his alliance with Wenceslas. Sir Divish came within a hair of the same fate. Even Rattay is defenseless against Sigismund and the League of Lords.
What's more, Your Grace, King Wenceslas languishes in captivity in Vienna. He can't rule too well from there.
And what do you propose? To sit with your arms folded till the Bohemian lands are turned to ashes like Skalitz? We have to put a stop to this senseless war!
And do you know, sir, what the true position of the League of Lords is?
I'm not on the best of terms with them at this moment, so you'll have to ask them yourselves.
This is the weirdest meeting I've ever been a part of.
Why not? I'll go and visit Berghof at his castle and we'll see what he tells me.
You know, that's not such a bad idea, young sir.
True. Though a little risky.
I doubt Berghof would harm a blue-blooded envoy. And you can find out what he has to say about developments and what the League of Lords is planning. Then we'll decide what to do next.
I'll help you compose a letter to him.
I'd like Henry to come with me.
Hell yeah.
Why not? He's proven himself an able investigator, and he'll also be a good bodyguard if anything should happen.
And I'll send Sir John here to Kuttenberg to be my eyes and ears there. I believe both your reports will help us get a better grip on the situation.
When can you set out?
Just as soon as I've packed my things.
Excellent. Margrave Jobst and I will draft a letter. Get ready, and we'll meet back here.
Okay, looks like we're going on an adventure, everybody. But is this part of the game, or is this where it ends? I'm not actually certain. I have no idea. Okay, well that was interesting.
I expect it would be best to write it in your name.
I thought it was weird that that was all going on. And I was like, what is the point of this meeting? That wasn't really technically. It's just like, what do we do, everybody? I thought it was going to come to us with a plan, instead of just being like, I don't know what to do.
So, what do you think of Margrave Jobst, Bernard?
From what I've heard about him, I wouldn't trust him if he told me rain was wet.
I feel the same. It's never wise to trust a man who's turned his coat more than once.
I completely agree.
And I don't buy that business with Prokop. He double-crossed his own brother, and the rest is just his cover-up.
On the other hand, if anyone has a chance to oust Sigismund and keep the nobility on his side, it has to be Jobst. God be with you.
What do you think of Job's speech, Sir Robard?
Honestly, lad, I wouldn't trust a word he says. He'll drag us into something, and when the going gets tough, he'll turn tail and leave us to deal with the consequences.
Oh my god. It's a lot of text here. Let's talk to him. Screw it.
And who is this Jobst exactly?
He spent 20 years wrangling over Moravia with his brother, Prokop. Then they suddenly reconciled when Sigismund was captured in Hungary, and they went plundering there, claiming it was with the aim of liberating him. When Wenceslas sent them to parley with his enemy, Rupert of the Palatinate, the pair of them turned coats on the spot, took sides with Rupert, and together with the League of Lords and the Myson nobles laid siege to Prague. But then they made terms with the king. He agreed to hand over part of the government, and they sent the Mysoners home. This is no ancient history I'm talking about. It was only 2 years ago, and now, suddenly, he's Wenceslas's greatest ally. Can you trust someone like that?
I mean, honestly, I think it sounds very suspicious to me. I'm like, I don't know. It sounds like Wenceslas is like a 1-1-1 if you play EU4. Maybe even worse than that, maybe a 0. Or is it Enrique, the worst lord you can get in the game?
Do you think that rescuing Wenceslas will help the country, sir?
God knows. The king is a drunkard. If he governed instead of boozing, wenching at the baths and hunting, there'd be peace and order. Quite honestly, I'm not surprised the Germans deposed him, or that Sigismund's patience ran out.
Why?
Wenceslas himself sent for Sigismund to help him, and made an agreement with him. And when Sigismund started acting as agreed, Wenceslas double-crossed him and claimed the agreement was invalid, just because he no longer liked it. What would you have done in Sigismund's place? On the other hand, now we've seen what Sigismund has been getting up to here, it's clear he's no better a sovereign than his brother. And that goes double for Rupert, not to mention Jobst, who might well have his eye on the Bohemian throne too. So, all in all, we're probably best off with the drunkard. Better the devil you know.
Yeah, it's not looking good for Bohemia at this point, is it? I mean, like, I agree, because people are like, oh, the guy likes to govern, Sigismund doesn't seem that bad, but as soon as he starts getting mercenaries and burning down his own lands and people, that is not someone you want in charge of anything, in my opinion.
And what about Prokop?
Well, he stayed on the king's side, for most of the time at least, largely because they're birds of a feather. He's not keen on governing either, but woe betide anyone who tries to take control away from him. Then he would turn on his own brother, literally. He often behaves like a rebel, just in grander style.
What do you think Sigismund's after?
I'd say he wants to restore the empire to its glory days under his father, Emperor Charles, which his brother seems incapable of doing. But he's also defending the East against the Turks, and fighting with his own noblemen at home, battling his brother and cousins here, and Rupert and the Myson nobles in Germany. He has a lot to deal with, and riding roughshod over everyone certainly isn't helping. Mind you, what else is he to do? I think in more settled times he might make quite a good king, but now he's missed his chance.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, after I've had to witness the power of the Ottoman Empire in many Paradox video games, and they are terrifying. So, poor Hungary, man. You do not want to start in Hungary in any situation. It's going to end up with tears with the Ottomans, unless you know what you're doing anyway, but it's mostly just going to end up in tears.
What about the League of Lords and Bergo? What are their objectives?
Whenever the king is weak, the nobility tries to grab as much as it can. Not for the good of the country, of course, only for themselves. The League of Lords is full of men like that. When the king was captured the first time, they released him only after he nominated them to high office and ceded some of his power to them. Now that he's held captive a second time, they run the country at Sigismund's behest. Bergov is the highest vice-chamberlain in the land. As soon as the king was captured, he declared a pogrom on the Jews and raised the tax dues of towns and monasteries. Watch your step with him.
That escalated quickly. Holy shit. That was, wow. I don't think we should probably take that guy out. I'm going to go and say, bloody hell. Burgo. Okay, so yeah, hopefully we get to kill this guy in the next game. Let's hope that's the thing, right?
And what about Rupert of the Palatinate? What does he want?
Rupert. He appointed himself king of the Romans, and ever since then he's been making the tactical moves of a coward who's not sure what to do. If Wenceslas were a man worth his salt, he'd have dealt with him long ago. But then, if Wenceslas was any use, he wouldn't be languishing behind bars in Vienna right now.
Fair enough.
Good. That was all I needed.
You're welcome. Bear up, and take care of yourself. The world is a dangerous place, and Bergov's a dangerous man.
You're telling me? I didn't know any of this, man. Thank you very much. How's it going? Should we talk to... I mean, we got, like, what, 15 minutes? Let's talk to everybody here, because I think this might be the imminent end of the game. It is the epilogue. It literally says it in the name itself.
Greetings.
Hello.
Can I ask...
Oh, this is just general stuff. Yeah, there's nothing different here. Fair enough.
Thank you.
Thank you, my friend. Thank you. Where's my dad? Father!
So what do you think of it all, Sir Divish?
I think I don't know what to think.
That makes two of us.
If I didn't know anything about Jobst, I'd say he's right and absolutely truthful. But I've heard too much about him already.
Likewise. But I do feel he's the one with the best chance to put things right.
Well, we'll see what we learn from Bergov. If the League of Lords stands with Sigismund, then our chances pale, in spite of everything Jobst said.
We shall see. We shall see.
I think we should take out Bergo, personally.
So, it looks like you're off on a mission.
Yes, I can't wait.
I don't want to dampen your spirits, my boy, but watch out. These are evil times, and who knows what can happen along the way. Not to mention that Bergov is no saint.
I've heard.
Don't worry.
I know. You've shown you can fend for yourself, but do take care. You'll be traveling as Lord Capon's bodyguard. You'll be there to make sure nothing untoward happens to him. Keep your eyes peeled and your ears wide open. What Bergov tells you is one thing, but what you see may be quite another.
Rest assured, Father.
And don't get embroiled in anything else. Just hand over the letter, hear out his reply, and return.
Yes.
Very well. Bergov is at Trotsky Castle. I think you'll find it quite an eye-opener. It's one of the finest castles in the land.
Ooh,
it's
looking
3
forward to
days'
it.
ride from here, so unless you hit a snag along the way, you'll be back soon enough. Any questions?
Apparently, yes. I have many questions.
I'm getting a bit lost in the Luxembourg lineage. It all seems a bit too tangled.
The Luxembourgs have ruled the Empire and Bohemia for almost 100 years now. Emperor Charles brought this land to prominence. When he was in power, things had never been so good. Wenceslas and Sigismund are his sons, but by different mothers. Jobst and Prokop are their cousins. They were entrusted with governing Moravia. But instead, they've been in a bitter armed feud for years, and now Sigismund's fallen out with Wenceslas. Wenceslas also had another brother, the youngest, John of Görlitz, who was most probably poisoned. They seem like a hot-blooded lot. It's hard to keep up with their affairs, since they tend to change their alliances from one day to the next.
It does seem a bit wild. It's like a Game of Thrones. It's like the Lannisters.
Who is he really, this Jobst?
The cousin of King Wenceslas. He's the Margrave of Moravia. I admit I don't know what to make of him myself. Until recently, he was allied with the League of Lords. For a time, he even served Rupert of the Palatinate against the king. And now suddenly, he's reversed his position.
Wild
I don't know
card.
what led him to do it, and one can't help being suspicious. It's best to keep a watchful eye on him. But he really is the leader of the resistance against Sigismund these days. We'll just have to see how it all turns out.
I'm a bit concerned so many people seem to think so little of King Wenceslas. You knew him, didn't you? What's he really like?
He is a drunk. Okay.
There's no straightforward answer to that question. He certainly makes a great hunting and drinking companion, but he can be very fiery and impetuous when things don't go how he'd like them. He never had much of a head for high office. He finds it tiresome. But once a man's grasped the scepter, it's hard to let it go again. You can't just abscond. You've seen for yourself what happens when he disappears for a few months. Better a bad but legitimate king than a bloody war over the throne.
Yeah, I don't know. It seems a bit crazy to me. I mean, imagine like living in this time period. Like the king's dead, his drunk son's taking over. Oh no, that's not good.
Who is this Prokop that Jobst spoke of?
Jobst's brother, the king's cousin. He and Jobst warred over Moravian supremacy for years. Then they were allies for a while, betrayed Wenceslas and sided with Rupert of the Palatinate. But after Sigismund abducted Wenceslas, Prokop fomented a revolt against him, and Sigismund had him captured. Politics. Make of it what you will. I, for one, can't make head or tail of it most of the time.
It's not really politics, it's just a family feud, but it's just they happen to own countries, so it's vastly worse than anything else. It's like, I don't know, I've got a brother and sister, but it's like my friend was like, oh yeah, I tried to get like this thing, and my brother stole it. I'm like, oh mate. But instead of like it being like a car or something, it's an entire country, which makes it a lot worse.
The League of Lords and that Berghoff we're off to see. Who are they exactly?
The lords of the powerful houses. Heinrich of Rosenberg, Otto of Berghoff, Heinrich of Radetz, and others. They're unhappy with the way their influence declined after Wenceslas surrounded himself with the lesser orders of nobility. They abducted the king years ago and made him bow to their will. They got away with it that time, and now they've joined forces with Sigismund and done it again. But now it seems that Sigismund's behavior is starting to rub them up the wrong way, so they may well be thinking twice. We'll see what Berghoff has to say.
I don't know all that much about Sigismund.
He's the king's younger brother and king of Hungary in his own right. 7 years ago, he led a crusade against the Turks and was defeated at Nicopolis.
Very famous
Some
crusade.
say it was due to the recklessness of the French knights, most of whom were mercilessly slaughtered. Sigismund is ambitious and capable. He might well make a better ruler than Wenceslas, but he's arrogant, and to our misfortune, brutal.
I've noticed.
Not long ago, he himself was held captive by the Hungarian nobility. They dislike him as much as some of the Czech and German noblemen do his brother Wenceslas. Ironically, Wenceslas joined forces with Jobst to liberate him. And now this is how Sigismund repays his brother. There's no doubt about it, God does move in mysterious ways.
It's just chaos. Pure chaos.
Rupert of the Palatinate. That's a name I hadn't heard before today.
Rupert is the Prince Elector of the Palatinate.
What's a Prince Elector?
The Prince Electors are dignitaries of the Holy Roman Empire who have the right to elect the King of the Romans, who would then be crowned Holy Roman Emperor by the Pope. Rupert took the title for himself with the help of 3 other Prince Electors, even though Wenceslas had already been appointed. Some of the nobility in the empire recognized Rupert's claim, but when he went to Rome to be crowned emperor, it turned into a fiasco. Now he's doing his utmost to get Wenceslas to acknowledge him, but so far without success. So, now we have 2 kings of the Romans. Jobst sided with Sigismund for a while, but now he's switched allegiance. He seems to do that quite a lot.
Yeah, this is why you got to try and vassalize the princes of the Holy Roman Empire. But you do get a negative malice in relationships, unfortunately. But I think it's a lot safer. Or you just dismantle the HRA altogether, which means you can get reduced aggressive expansion if you're taking over new provinces. So that's just my 2 cents on that one anyway.
That young man, Sir John of Liechtenstein. Why is he here?
The Liechtensteins are a powerful Austrian family with estates in Austria and Moravia. Sir John sits on Jobst's council. Since the king's being held captive in Vienna, I suppose it makes sense to have a powerful Austrian house as allies. It could be very useful.
Cool. Well, that's it.
About all.
So I didn't realize that was actually my quest to go and talk to him. So I thought I'll double back and ask every question in case it's relevant. But apart from that, everybody, I think that's going to be it for today's episode. So, of course, technically I've finished the game at this point. There might be a little bit more going on here, but... Okay, so at this point, guys, I'm going to be ending the episode, but the main reason is going to be that I do want to do 2 more episodes, because I've really wanted to get this series to run through until the 31st of December. So it would be done for the end of the year. Simple as that. I don't want to drag things out either, though. So we might do like an episode 2 of some DLC quests, if we can. But apart from that, everybody, I think it's going to be pretty much it, because I've only got 2 days left to record. I'm recording this already midday on the, the 12th of December. You're thinking, wait, that's miles away from Christmas. Well, the week afterwards, guys, I got like 3 family meals. I got to do taxes. There's a lot of things I have to do, which is going to take me the entire week. So YouTube-wise, I will be finished recording regardless in the next day or 2 before the Friday's over. Then I'll be coming back on the 6th of January. And then maybe we'll be recording the Kingdom Come Deliverance too, if we're lucky. You never know. Regardless of that, though, everybody, I hope that everyone has enjoyed this video. And as always, I'll see you all next time. Please like, subscribe, and comment below. And have a good one. Bye.